Another key issue that's happening around the world right now, and somewhat relates to the concept of democracy and the right to protest, is what's currently happening in Myanmar. Hello and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Simranjeet Kaur Mann. I'm a future trainee solicitor for a UK top 20 law firm, and I usually make videos about law, careers, personal development, and I'm vlogging my journey to becoming a solicitor and beyond. However, recently I've also become inspired to talk about key issues happening around the world, with the aim of hopefully inspiring yourselves who are watching this video to educate yourselves further on the issue and similarly use your voice to talk about important causes. I've split this video into 3 sections: the background of the situation, why should we care about what's going on, and what can we do to help. Right, now if your geography is as bad as mine, Myanmar is located near Bangladesh, Thailand, China and India. So it's in Southeast Asia. Myanmar used to be known as Burma for ages until Myanmar became the new name in 1989. However, now the two names, so Burma and Myanmar, are usually used interchangeably. However, since 1948, Myanmar has gone back and forth between civilian leadership and military leadership. However, generally the military used to have and hold the significant power compared to the civilian leader. In response, it meant that the US and other countries for ages tried to impose sanctions on Myanmar so that they would adopt more pro-democracy reforms. In 2011, the military finally agreed to this, and therefore some of the power held by the military was given to the civilian leader. Therefore, the civilian called Aung San Suu Kyi and her party, the National League of Democracy, governed the military. Let me provide you a little bit of background about Aung San Suu Kyi herself. She is a Nobel Peace Prize winner for her work in human rights in Myanmar and for promoting democracy. So therefore she has long advocated for democracy. However, in 2017, when Aung San Suu Kyi became the civilian leader, she did not challenge the military on their campaign for genocide of the Rohingya Muslims. They're an ethnic minority group in Myanmar. This campaign of genocide led to around 800,000 refugees seeking refuge in Bangladesh. So if you want to hear something really shocking about this whole genocide campaign, in the height of the crisis in 2017, 6,700 Rohingya Muslims were killed at the hands of the military in Myanmar. And this all happened in the space of 1 month. In 2020, Aung San Suu Kyi campaigned that she will further restrict the power of the military in her election campaign. And in November of 2020, her campaign won a massive victory, which therefore seemed to suggest that the people of Myanmar agreed with her election campaign of decreasing the power of the military. However, within hours of the new parliament reconvening, the military launched its own coup. In doing so, they cited Article 416 of the Constitution that said that the military can take charge in the state of emergency. What does a coup mean, for those of you who are wondering? It's a sudden, violent and illegal seizure of power from the government. In response now to this coup, Aung San Suu Kyi is now in house arrest. The UK and other countries have condemned what's happened in Myanmar, stating that democracy should be followed and the votes of the people should be followed. In response, thousands of people in Myanmar have been protesting since this has happened. They have done this by banging pots and pans, honking their cars, wearing ribbons to show that they oppose the coup. Essentially, people are furious that their words have not been heard by the military, their votes haven't been counted. So this moves on to the next section of the video. Why should we be concerned about this? Well, a coup is dangerous for anyone who disagrees with the military's actions. These civilians who are protesting are putting their lives at risk by doing so. The military have been known to commit grave human rights violations in the past, as I've given with the example of the Rohingya Muslims. And of course, as fellow humans, we should be concerned about this. On the note of the Rohingya Muslims as well, we should be really concerned for their safety, as well as the safety of other ethnic minorities in Myanmar, like the Kachin, the Shan and the Rakhine. Another reason why we should be so concerned about this issue is that it's a little bit more complex than what I've made it out to be in this video. For example, how can a country like the US or the UK show support for a pro-democracy movement when Aung San Suu Kyi in the past may have been potentially complicit in the genocide of the Rohingya Muslims? Therefore, some Some people are saying that if Aung San Suu Kyi is able to acknowledge her role in this ethnic cleansing back in the day, then countries would be more able to show their support for what's going on in Myanmar. Another reason why we should be concerned is because we have no clue what's happening in Myanmar right now at this moment. The reason for that is TV lines, phone lines have been cut off, the internet's been shut down. So therefore, it's difficult for us to gain a whole picture of what's actually happening right now. So how can we help? Like all important causes, it's important to use your voice and it's important to share what's been going on. But alongside sharing, I think it's really important to educate yourself on the matter. At first, I didn't really have much of an understanding of what was going on. I'm not going to lie to you, I didn't even know where Myanmar was on the map. And by educating myself more on the issue, it actually encouraged me to make this video and share my voice and share my opinion of what's going on. I first heard of what was happening in Myanmar from Rihanna's tweet, and it just goes to show that when someone does use their voice like that, especially prominent figures, it doesn't really matter essentially how big or small your voice is. If one person can see your post and be like, oh, I didn't know that was happening, let me research more about it, then you've done your little bit of activism to help and give voice to the voiceless around the world. Twitter is a really good place I've found in terms of finding updates of what's going on in the world, and even searching the hashtag Myanmar and noticing and reading up on the news takes 5 minutes of your day to just update yourself on what's been going on. I also think it's important to look up what happened with the ethnic cleansing and the genocide of the Rohingya Muslims, just to give yourself a bit more awareness of what's going on there. I'm aware that there are several charities as well that still provide donations to the Rohingya Muslims as well, and if you're interested in donating, therefore I've provided some links in the video description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. See you all in the next video.